creek in northwestern Pennsylvania today. Don't have a whole lot of time, but we're going to throw a few baits and see if we can't pull some smallmouth out of this hole, or maybe a walleye. First things up that we're going to throw is this real wild looking jerkbait that I picked up at the Andover flea market yesterday. It's got some green on it. Pretty nice looking stuff. It's about 3.5 inches long or so. This thing looks great in the water. We're going to do bait change up, and we're going to throw some live bait out because I got to get rid of some of this before today's over. You guys are behind my live bait. Hey, Zach, what's up? I'm going to be here for a little bit. You should come down here. We're going to leave this out. Yeah, I'm not going to be out here very long, though. I mean, a little bit, a few hours. I have to be home by noon. Or I have to leave around like 11:15, 11:30 maybe. I'm going to put a flicker shad on. Oh, we got people talking here. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I hope I catch a fish too. Probably will. This is a good spot. It's better than the spot I was at last night. Just to show you guys what I tied on. I was throwing this around last night. You guys are having a hard time seeing greens, I think. How's everybody doing? I'm just not feeling this either. I gotta throw a spinner. I got a good feeling about the spinners. All right, so last night I trolled Pima Tuning a little bit, and I caught a white perch on this Mepps Thunderbug. We're gonna try that here. Hey, Chef Jonathan, what's up? You know how to cook fish? Only thing about this spot is, like, your chance of getting malaria probably goes up like 25%. I don't think we need the extra weight. It looks so good in the water. Ooh, we're getting a bite. We're getting a bite on the worm. Just pecked at it. It's still on there. Uh, hey, how's it going? This is a little bit more difficult to talk with you guys than in my kayak like last night. I need to get something to like hold my phone so that I can chat a little bit more easily while I'm standing and fishing. I hope that tree doesn't come down. I don't know if you guys heard that big, like, there was like a big pop probably off in like that direction. I hope it's not a tree coming down. That would suck. Ah, we missed it. We're gonna get him. So, like, let me kind of explain this spot. So, right, you can kind of see, where's my hand? Right back in here behind that branch. There used to be a dam, like a low head dam, that was ripped out last year. In this spot, this big hole that's in here, all through this, it's like I don't know, a few feet deep. It's not real deep, but this creek doesn't average very deep. Is that a tick? No. But yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff that sits in here, walleyes and pike. Might try and get a pike. That'd be cool. Snag. It's gone. Oh, if you're watching, I have like 2 rules. We're here to talk about like fishing and stuff and not talk shit about different groups of people. And don't spam stuff in the chat. That's the 2 rules. That's it. We're gonna maybe catch something here. I'm getting bites. It wasn't hooking up on stuff. There could be a whole bunch of fall fish in here. In which case, I'm gonna need to catch a couple of those and then go downstream and use them for bait. We're gonna pitch another worm out. That seemed to get attention anyways. It could be the reason I stopped here today was that I heard there was some guys catching really big rock bass. And I love catching rock bass. We're going to throw that out there without a sinker and see if that helps not snag up. Actually, my drag being too loose is what lost the last one. And we're going to maybe turn over here a little bit. I keep getting tangled in my own stuff. Having a hard time today. Yeah, this will work. We're just going to let that little thunderbug sink a little bit and just slowly bring it back. Throwing it upstream, bringing it back down, nice and easy. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I'm just doing a little creek fishing today. Trying to catch something to eat. Hasn't been the best fishing as of late. Yesterday, the day before, not the best time to be live streaming fishing. tangled up. Now that should be a good cast. Last night I was out in the kayak and I kind of had my rod so you guys could see it. And I had a bobber on it so you guys could kind of fish along. There, you guys can see that, even though it's a little overexposed with the light in the background. That's not too bad. Oh, shit. Shit. That's how it works, too. We might get them, guys. I don't know. I was thinking about this whole live streaming thing. If we get good ice, I have a camera that like connects to my phone. You guys could get a live stream of my bait underwater and like watch fish come up and grab it. That would be cool, but we don't really get good ice anymore. I wonder what that chat would look like. Just people screaming about like, bite it, bite it, bite it. We're just waiting. I'm going to put the weight on this. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to change it out again. I'm going to go even smaller. MEPS XD number 0. Another flea market find. Oh yeah, this feels a lot better in the water. I like this lure. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Thought we had one for a second. Bunch of weeds. That's a good thing. There's got to be fish here. I mean, I had bites, but Maybe I need to jig. Because that's about where we're going to go, is we're going to go to a jig. We're going to another flea market find. This little yellow-headed flashy jig. Hey everybody, where's everybody from? Can you guys hear me good? You guys got to see this thing in the water. So this is a bait I picked up at the flea market. Let me flip the camera around. Hey, what's up? So, yeah. That looks pretty good. I'm in a different spot today. This is a big hole in a creek. There used to be a dam here that they ripped out. And the water on the other side of the dam, you can see it was like maybe 3 feet higher. But apparently, I work with a guy upstream. He has his house up there. He used to fish this, and there was like giant, and he's not bullshitting because I seen him, like giant 15-inch perch and stuff. But because this creek's so small, I'm just going to tell you that it's a tributary of French Creek. That's all I'm going to say. Because it doesn't need 100 million people flocking here to catch like the 10, 15-inch perch that hang out in this thing. All right. So. All right, we got that jig out. We're just bouncing it in hopes that something grabs it. I'll tell you what, if I let that thing fall and set on the bottom, it kind of looks like a little crayfish. I bet this thing will catch smallmouth. Or rock bass. We're hoping for the rock bass. Though a big smallmouth would be nice. Thanks, Zach. I could probably, I could probably throw one of my frozen minnows out there on a bobber. Maybe I should just throw this worm out on a bobber. I don't know. I usually, the spot usually produces a fish a hell of a lot faster. And I'm getting chewed up by mosquitoes. It's out there. We're waiting. We got a worm out there. They disconnect. Oh boy. Lost everybody. Nobody wants to see the bobber. Oh well. Maybe there's a big pike hanging out in here and just all the panfish are just freaked out. I don't know. Oh, what the fuck? You guys are getting bit by a skeeter. Get the hell out of there. I just don't know what's going on here. The spot's usually killer. I've usually caught a smallmouth by now. Or a fish. Drift that worm down through there again. We might move spots on the creek. There's a fish. Oh, what I was hoping for, man. What I was hoping for. It does look like a crayfish on the bottom because we just smacked a rock bass with it. He's all tangled up in my other line. Give me a second, I'll show them to you guys. Nice little rock bass. These things are good to eat. Like, they're underappreciated. Where am I from? I am from Pennsylvania. I grew up in a little village called Guy's Mills. There's not much there. It's probably like maybe 500 people live there. Right now, I live with my wife and son in Cambridge Springs, which is not that far from where I grew up. So, got my fish basket. And then this can just go out in the water. And we're going to get back out there. What I caught that rock bass on, it was just it's a flashy yellow-headed jig. The tail's a little fucked up right now. Tennessee. Oh, so you know what a rock bass is for sure. You probably call them goggle eyes or something. Red eyes, maybe. Yeah. I've been to Tennessee before, but I've never fished there. I've been there maybe 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I eat them. Ours get fairly big. Like I live not very far from Lake Erie. There's 12-inch rock bass in that lake. I mean, I don't eat the little tiny ones, but yeah, if it's like 8+ inches, yeah, yeah, it is awesome. Usually, when you catch them, they're that big. But when they get like 6-ish, 6 to 7 inches, yeah, you can eat those. They might be hanging out in that sunny side of the hole. Yeah, bass can have a lot of mercury in it depending on where you're at. I usually try, like, I don't eat a lot of largemouth unless they come out of cold water or like a farm pond. Uh, Smallmouth, I'll eat them if they come out of a creek. Not that that tells you anything about the mercury content, but I don't eat very much of it. Bluegills are bluegills and yellow perch. Those are my favorite to eat. That and pike. Oh, stupid mosquitoes. Yeah, I get walleyes too. Actually, Lake Erie is probably better known for its walleyes than its rock bass fishing. I've caught a few nice walleyes right here. A couple legal ones. No, well, maybe one legal one in the few years I've been fishing this spot. It's a better pike spot than anything. Well, pike, rock bass, and smallmouth. Here, Lake Erie's all about the smallmouth and the walleye and steelhead. And it's a good thing I got two of these jigs because we're snagged up again. I think I am going to run two. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run two bottom lines for panfish, and I'm going to start throwing some smallmouth stuff around. So we're going to take this rod that's already set up. And we're going to put some sinkers on it. I might have a worm blower. If I have a worm blower, we might catch a walleye. That very well could happen. So I'll show you the rig I'm going to use for this. I usually use this in lakes, so bear with me, but I have a feeling that it's going to work a little better. Hey, man, what's up? How's it going? I'm in a different spot today. Left the campground that I was staying at this morning, and I headed towards home, and there's this creek that I like to fish. And I figured I didn't really catch a whole lot of fish last night for a meal, so I figured I better try and get a couple more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little slip sinker, like most people probably call these like bass casting sinkers or whatever. We're going to put that on. And since this isn't like for catfish or anything huge, I'm going to use a little split shot. And I'm going to put it down maybe a foot. And then I'm going to take just a plain, excuse me, plain long shank Aberdeen hook. We're going to tie that on. If you've been watching for more than a couple minutes, consider giving this a like. If you saw me catch the rock bass and you're still watching, you should definitely give it a like. I'm looking for the worm blower. I don't see it. Thanks, man. I figured you did. You've been watching, so I figured you liked it. Nightcrawler, I don't have a worm blower. We're just going to hook this thing a few times. I like to hook them through the head. And if you don't know, the head, on a nightcrawler, that's the head end. There's the, like, little, I don't know, I can't remember what that's called. But this is, like, towards the head, the dark side. And you just pitch it out there. I like to put it behind a rock so that, like, because rock bass like to hide behind rocks. So that's where I'm going to put this. But like I was telling you guys earlier, if you haven't seen, there used to be a dam here, a Lowhead Dam. They ripped it out. So this whole little stretch, like all this, is all it's all rocks that I can throw stuff behind. So I just pitch it over there. Now this one we're going to rig up a little different. Oh, we're already getting a bite, guys. Bluegill. Look at that. Not a bad fish. This is definitely an edible fish. We need to do that like 10 more times. Yeah, man, it is a nice one. I thought so. All right, we got that back in behind those rocks like before. Now, maybe I can get this thing rigged before fish grabs that worm. Zach, are you ready for the Allegheny River? You better be. We had a whole year. We might throw a white. Oh, we're getting another bite. Things might be picking up, guys. 40 minutes in, it might be picking up. Maybe. Yeah, me too, Zach. Like, I'm so ready. We're gonna pitch it back out there. Yeah, I'm. We just got a few more days, and then we can float the river and fish, and maybe get to go through a monsoon. I don't know. Is that the... Oh, I don't know, but it's the Allegheny River definitely goes through New York. Well, there's like Kinzoo. We're floating a section of the Allegheny River in Pennsylvania. We do it once a year to catch smallmouth and pike. And one guy did get a walleye last year, and another guy actually, it's pretty crazy. He caught a really nice rainbow trout. Yeah, it's the trip is definitely like fishing oriented, but it's more or less just a group of good people hanging out. Oh, we're getting another bite, guys, on the worm on the bottom there. We got him. Not as good of a fish. Bluegill. We're going to put him back. Seems like we might get a lot of storming Sunday. I'm bringing garbage bags to cover everything in case. Friday, most of set. Yeah, I mean, I was telling Mark, like, I'm good as long as it's just like a mist or if it's a little shitty. Like, I don't want a monsoon. And I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm definitely, I'm going to tarp the fuck out of my setup. Actually, I gotta get a couple tarps this week. I can't forget that. And we're gonna put another worm out there on the bottom, and I'm gonna start casting a jig for these bass that I know are here. They have to be here. Oh, geez, another bite. Might not get a chance. Get these lines out. All right, we got 2 rods out now. Oh. Guys, I hooked my jig I lost earlier. I'm not even kidding. There it is. I'm getting too many bites. You guys have seen me do all kinds of crazy shit on this live streaming thing. Like last night, I catch a bluegill on a flicker shad. You're seeing me catch my jigs back. This is good stuff. All right. We're back out with that one. This one had a hit on it. It's still got its worm. They about stole it. Yeah, now if I could just do that with musky lures, like lose a musky lure and hook it back up and get it in like 10 minutes, that'd be awesome. Ooh. I did say I was going to throw a jig around. We're going white minnow. Probably going to catch something. Although these haven't been doing this so good for me lately. A couple weeks ago, I caught a couple smallmouth with them in Venango on French Creek. Oh, guys, smallmouth. Smallmouth bass. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, that's a good fish. They are in season. They just came in season. So let's measure this thing. These are really good to eat. There's nothing wrong with them. People say that it's like messed up to eat them. I'll eat a couple. I don't have a problem with it. It's got to be 12 inches, which, oh yeah, he's 13, so he's good. Nice fish. First cast on the white minnow. Yep, that's what whacked him. I'm gonna try and live stream when we do the river, like maybe the first day, and I don't know. I don't. Supposedly they put some cell towers in, so missed one. All right, things calm back down a little bit. Got to get this back out there. Bird's nest. I'm figuring it out, guys. Don't be so hard. We might move. Nothing takes these baits. Oh, man. Let's, oh, we've got lots of battery life left. I'm going to pull these little lines. And I might move you guys. We're going to see. All right. Hey, everybody. Anybody new that's watching? I'm fishing a small tributary of French Creek in northwestern Pennsylvania. I just caught a rock bass and a couple bluegills and a nice smallmouth. Smallmouth took this guy right here. We're waiting to see what happens. Oh, we got action on the little rod. Oh, we're hooked up. We got him. Oh, it broke the line. It broke off. It snapped right off. What the fuck? A bluegill. I don't understand. I saw it. It was a little bluegill. Try again. £4, man. It got tangled up in my other line, and I think the abrasion caused it to break. We're gonna move. I think. I gotta use this bait up. think I told you it was 4 pound, right? Yeah, 4 pound. 4. I like to just bounce that thing. You know, it's got. Let me show you the action that we're looking for with these white minnows that I use, the fluke minnows. So you can see. Now let me try and get to where. Let me pull the rod in a little. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. You want that thing to, yeah, just like that. That's good stuff. Set you guys back down here. Oh, we're getting a bump. Getting a bump. Got him. Oh. It's pike bait. It's a big minnow. Big sucker chub thing. Maybe next week I'll come down here and get 6 or 7 of them to take on the river. But that's what them smallmouth want. That's why he took that white minnow and ate the crap out of it. Ooh, good cast. Apparently not that good. We're moving, guys. We're going to work our way to the truck. We're an hour in. If you're here, you should give me a like. Snag. We're going to move downstream. Pack things up. You guys enjoy the scenery for like a minute. I have to take a leak. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Bodily functions and all that. Let's man, these mosquitoes are tearing me up. Oh, sorry. You guys just aren't the easiest to carry around. I'll come back for my fish here in a second. Let's switch the camera around so you guys can see what's going on here. Got this nice little stream. This was the hole I was fishing. Right through, see that rock sticking up? Everything to in here. We did pull a nice smallmouth out and a rock bass and a couple bluegills and a big creek chub. Now this spot, I usually whack a pike in here. It's not uncommon for that to happen. As you can see, it's a real pikey looking, lots of hiding spots, lots of grass, lots of stuff they enjoy. But it's not always the case. So let's see what we can do here. How's that? Can't really see the water. But I could set some rods up. Right in here. Crawlers. Some perch in here too. I'm going to swap out for a fresh one. Bobber for you guys. And then I'm going to rig up another one and pitch it out. I'm going to fish between the two live bait rods with the minnows. Well, the rubber minnow. Again, we're using a 4-inch white fluke minnow on an 1/8 ounce jig head. There's hundreds of minnows over here. I think we're going to go to something flashier. It's not as deep. But I think that flashy might be the way to go. But what to pick? What to pick? That's just the question to ask, man. I think a MEPS number 3. Qualifies as flashy. But we will see. Now you guys see that bobber right here. If you see that thing move, you better say something. How's everybody doing? Guys, we're just waiting for a big one. Water's been up lately. You just set up your pole. That's a good thing, man. It's a real good thing. It is almost 11:30. I need to be home real soon. So this wasn't a failure, but I think I might try and fish my way back to the truck for a few minutes. And I'll use the GoPro and film that. So if you guys see a video, I caught some fish. And if you don't see a video, I guess I didn't. But probably not going to live stream for a while. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I do other stuff other than fish. So if I'm going to live stream this, I may as well live stream other things, right? I don't know. If people are interested in that, I'll do it. Yeah, I broke my line too, but I caught my jig. If you go back in the stream, you'll see me. I catch a rock bass on this little red flashy jig, snaps off, and then a few minutes later I catch it. So these things happen. It sucks. But I'm gonna get out of here, work my way back to the truck, film with the GoPro as I go. We'll see what happens. Till then, you guys have a good one and take care of yourselves. Glad you saw it, man. Like I said, you guys have a good one.